All right, we're on lesson 9, question number 1. And in this given, we have BF is perpendicular to AC, and BF perpendicular to AC. I'm going to go ahead and mark that as a right angle. And then we have CE perpendicular to AB, and I'm going to mark that as a right angle. And then we have AE is congruent to AF. So let's mark those parts congruent. And so I'm going to first read what I'm trying to prove here. I'm trying to prove that triangle ACE, and let me trace it. Triangle ACE, oh, that's a little messy, but you got it. Triangle ACE is congruent to triangle ABF, and let me highlight that one in red. So ABF goes A to B to F. And so these are overlapping. It's getting a little confusing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw them separately. I'm going to draw a triangle ABF. And so, can't draw a straight line, but you get the gist. So here's A, and here's B, and here's F. And I already marked this as a right angle, and that segment congruent to the other one. And now I'm going to go back and I'm going to draw my other triangle, which is ACE, but I'm going to kind of orient it the same that I have triangle ABF oriented. So when I say that, I'm going to draw it so that the right angle is in the same position as it is in the other one. So this would be A. Here's my right angle at E, and this would be C. And then what I know is that AE is congruent. Okay, so this kind of helps me to see what's actually going on. Let's go ahead and start our proof. All right, so you jot down your givens. And from perpendicular, we have to say that we have right angles and that they are congruent right angles. So you're going to list the givens, fill this in. You know how to do that. And so my statement number 3 is going to say that angle CEA and angle BFA are right angles. And I know that because of definition of, we're using perpendicular here and here, so definition of perpendicular. And then after I know that they're right angles, I can say that all right angles are congruent. So I can list those two angles that are congruent. Angle CEA is congruent to angle BFA, and my reason is all right angles are congruent. Okay, so I have these two angles. I've got a side congruent to a side, and so if you take a look at this, you have an angle congruent to an angle, a side congruent to a side, and so now I need to get another part congruent, but I want you to notice that when I separated these two overlapping triangles, I had angle A that went into this triangle, and I had angle A that went into this triangle. And so those two angles are the same angle. And normally when we use the reflexive property, we use it with sides, but we also can use it with angles if we have angles that are overlapping. So for number 5, I can say angle A is congruent to angle A, reflexive property. And then all you have left to do is say that the two triangles are congruent, and I'm going to leave that up to you.